Fallout. Chapter 5. Gimme Shelter. A week had passed by and we were officially a month post-outage. The wall was 55% done. The military was now 50,000 strong. The streets and buildings everywhere were being rebuilt, and there were constant soldiers patrolling everywhere. Andy and Sparky walked downstairs in our home. Ring, ring. Oh, hello. Hey, hon. Yeah, Seb and I can come to the manor. Click. Both Andy and I had a dab pen from Han, and I had a lit cigarette as well. We got outside onto the porch, and I locked the door. Andy got the Jeep ready, and Sparky hopped in the back. Andy let me drive, and I put on the radio, and Britney Spears' Toxic came on. Don't you know that you're toxic? Andy and I sang the song as we blasted down the road, and we drove past people doing construction on the road and armed guards patrolling the streets. We got to the manor, and Gordon and Han were smoking Cubans outside, and Sparky ran out to go and see his friends. Han pet Sparky while Gordon hugged his brother. I took a hit from my dab pen, and Han looked excited. I have 2 bits of exciting news to share with you. Andy looked at Gordon, and Han looked back at Andy and I. What is it? Andy impatiently asked. Well, the train has been upgraded to the finest train on Earth, and there was a signal this morning from Washington State. I want the 3 of you and Sparky to investigate and help us unite the land and make sure they integrate with us or become an ally. I nodded and Andy saluted. Gordon got the Jeep's keys from Andy, and the 4 of us got into the Jeep, and I rolled down the window. Hey, Han, what's the train like? She just smiled as Gordon drove us towards the train station. The streets were being rebuilt, and there were jets flying high in the sky. By the time we got to the train station, the train was there, but it looked far more modern. It had solar panels all over the top and sides, and the color was now silver and red. The holes had been fixed, and the whole damn thing was reinforced with steel and titanium, as Gordon explained. It's the absolute nicest train on Earth right now, and it can bring the power back to any civilization. And all the glass is bulletproof. Now, who's ready to save Washington State? Andy and I nodded enthusiastically. We stopped the Jeep just shy of the train. I stepped out of the Jeep alongside Andy and Gordon. We all hopped aboard, and the newfangled controls lit up, and Andy's eyes sparkled. Oh, ho, 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 this is my style. I smiled, and Gordon laughed while Sparky barked. We got the train going, and I stepped back into the caboose with Gordon. As we walked through the train, I noticed how there were TVs, beds, refrigerators, couches, and it was a mobile fortress, more so than ever before. So, Gordon, what are you thinking? He smiled while hitting from his vape. I'm wondering what the rest of the West is like. With the wall being halfway finished, if we start to incorporate more land, we're going to have to defend and protect it all. It was true. We could use the extra people to boost the military. How many is it exactly right now? More or less. Gordon pulled out a piece of paper with a number on it. 53,425. The number of soldiers was just under 53.5K. Good, but we needed more. The landscape got progressively darker as we rode out of the populated areas, and the air smelled more fresh and unlike the industry of Sacramento. There were birds flying, and we were traveling next to a river. People were mostly living on farms in this area as the population was expanding, and we always needed more food. My stomach growled, so I stopped by a refrigerator and grabbed a bottle of water and a ham sandwich to split with Gordon. Pulled out an extra water bottle and walked over to the caboose where Gordon was leaning against the railing. He had a lit joint and passed it to me as I passed him the ham sandwich and water. Thanks, man. I nodded and smoked the joints. The planes weren't really flying out this way. That and the train seemed to be going faster down the tracks. And Andy walked back out into the caboose. My God, this train has an AI that can drive and stop itself when need be. I fucking love this upgrade. I handed the joint to Andy, who gladly took it and also took his morning meds with my water. Sparky walked in, and I stopped by the stove to make him some food as he licked his lips. rice and beef out of the fridge with some peas and carrots, all fresh and put into glass jars. Took out a pot and started to cook for him. After around 20 minutes, the meal was done and cool enough for him to eat. He got a fresh bowl of water and his food and water on the floor. He dove in immediately. "Andy, how many more hours till we reach Seattle?" He looked down at his phone. "About 12 hours, give or take." Gordon then looked at Andy. "Should we stop by Portland, since we are going to be stopping by there anyway?" Andy nodded Gordon's suggestion. The plan to visit 2 cities I'd never been to was very, very exciting.